And we're up and we're running. Good morning to you. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're all in the best of health, best of wealth, being the best version of yourself you could possibly be. In today's society, that's the only way to be. Welcome to my channel, guys, Motocross Mania TV. As many of you know, I want to get this one out of the way quickly because I've got quite a lot of catching up to do. Well, I haven't been uploading in the last few weeks due to having some really bad losses in my family and my friends and my best friends. So yeah, I'm going to get this one out of the way quickly, and hopefully I'll be putting some positive stuff out there a bit later on this afternoon, guys. But first of all, what I want to do is I want to mention my best friend, Bruno. We lost him last Saturday on the 6th. Or was it the 12th last Saturday? I don't even know what day of the week it is. He was born on the 6th of June 2012 and he died on the 12th of June 2025. So yeah, as you can see, I'm a little bit muddled up. But he was 12, coming up to 13. Didn't quite make it to his 13th birthday, bless him. But I just want to get one thing across to all pet owners and pet lovers. You know, owning a pet, whether it be a cat, a mouse, a hamster, a dog, you become very attached to your animal. And the reasons for that is for obvious reasons, because they become your best friends. They're very loyal. They've got respect. They're there with you every step of the way. They don't answer you back. All they do is just give you nothing but love from the minute you have them. So yeah, a great loss to me and to my family, actually, and my missus, losing our Bruno last Saturday. He became ill probably, I don't know, 2.5 months ago. We noticed a big lump had started to form around his testicles area. Took him up to the vets, got him all checked out. They said he was okay. You know, he had a little bit of arthritis, but for his age, he was doing pretty well, because we used to take him over to the beach. He used to love going in the sea. My missus used to take him out every morning, come rain, come shine, come snow, 7 o'clock. She'd be going over the park, meeting all her friends and going out for big long doggy walks. And that's probably when I was in the land of Nod, tucked up asleep. And then, you know, all through the day, we'd be taking him out. He was with us everywhere we went. All of my family loved him dearly. So yeah, he slipped away, he passed away actually in my arms, with me telling him, I love you, Bruno, goodbye, Bruno. I'm going to miss you, Bruno, and I'm never going to get over you, Bruno. The love that I had for him was on another level. You know, some people might say that I actually prefer animals than human beings, and I do, and that's the dead honest truth. And the reason why that is because, as I said, you know, animals are there for you through thick and through thin, no matter what. They're always there for you. They don't deceive you. They don't lie to you. You know, they just give you nothing but love. So, you know, having them for all them years and then losing them is just like losing one of your family members. So, yeah, I haven't been able to upload any content since I've lost Bruno because, you know, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a very emotional type of guy. I know back in the day, it was a totally different ball game for me. I was an armed robber. I was a bit of a naughty boy. I've done a lot of prison. It's quite a lot I want to talk to you about. I've got to catch up to you about. But as a reformed person, it gave me a little bit of PTSD with all the traumatic stuff. I've actually written a book which is called The South London Balls to Boys Tales. It's on Amazon. It's doing very well. I'm in the process. Sorry, guys. I'm in the process of writing my second book. I actually picked up the computer again yesterday and started writing my second book yesterday. So I'm a good few thousand words into it. And that my second book, which I'm doing, will be up to date. It'll be, you know, everything which has happened in the past few years, past few months, past few weeks will be put in there. So that's why I wanted to hold the book back. Talking about books, I write my own books. Not one single person helps me write my books. I don't get ghostwriters. I don't get people coming around here recording me on dictaphones and converting that onto computers and onto Word and bits and pieces. Like I write all my own books. So that's why it takes me a little bit longer. And, you know, it's always better. It feels better. It feels much more better than getting someone else to write your book, because it's not quite the same. I know other people say, you know, they've got books out and they're doing well, and yeah, maybe so, good luck to you, but you haven't written your own book. You know, you haven't got what it takes to write your own book. It takes some doing. It really does take some doing, you know. When I write my book during the daytime, I've got to zone out completely into my book. You know, anything, any noise around me, any distractions around me, it takes me straight off the ball. So, you know, I have to be very, very quiet, pick my moments when I'm writing it. And yeah, you know, it is hard writing a book. So if anyone thinks, you know, it's easy writing a book, then try it. Try it. Once you get a few hundred words into your book, you'll come to a full stop and you think, what am I going to write next? And you've got to, you know, you've got to put your stories all in order. You can't backtrack and then go, you know, forward in your life and then go back in your life. You know, I write my books like an autobiography type of thing. So everything in my book is 110% true. So yeah, I'm in the process of writing my second book. And what I'll do is, when the book is done, I'll obviously do a video and let everyone know. But yeah, not so long ago, I also lost my brother-in-law, which is my sister's husband, Robert. Here he is here. Been with my sister for over 55 years. There's my sister on the back, getting married, Robert. So it's a very, very sad time for me. And talking about sad times, that makes me want to talk about addiction, you know, because it's another story altogether, guys. But yeah, my sister kissed her husband, Robert, my brother-in-law, goodnight one Saturday night about a month ago. You know, he said he loved her, went to bed and just didn't wake up in the morning. There was no signs. There was no... He didn't say, you know, I feel rough, I'm in a bit of a bad way, or I've got headaches, or anything like that whatsoever. He just went to bed as usual and just didn't wake up in the morning. And my sister woke up in the morning as usual. It was a Sunday morning, early hours when he died. Early hours Saturday morning, sorry. So the next day was Sunday. My sister woke up as usual, 8 o'clock or something, you know, because she's off work. Went downstairs to do the veg and get the food ready for Sunday roast, what she always does. And she shouted up for Robert and he wasn't answering, which was very peculiar, because he come down all the time and helped out and done the cooking. So yeah, she shouted out Robert, he wasn't answering. She went up there, she even made him a cup of tea. So look, when he got up, he had a nice cup of tea, what she'd done every morning for 50 odd years. She went up into her bedroom, moved him about a little bit. He wasn't responsive, and it soon became apparent that he had passed away. So yeah, she found him literally dead. She phoned me up that Sunday morning about 8 o'clock. I quickly rustled my clothes on, quickly got round there, probably got a speeding ticket on the way round. I was overtaken, going like a lunatic, like you do for your family. Quickly got round there, and my sister was literally on the floor in bits, crying her eyes out, and Robert was upstairs in the bedroom on his bed, had passed away. The only solution there is he went in his sleep. He didn't have a clue he was dying. He didn't have a clue what was going on. But yeah, he went way too early. I think he was only 71, but he did have his illnesses. You know, he had blocked arteries. He had a few stents put in his heart. He had his artery unblocked down his neck. But he was being treated for medication. My sister made sure of that. Look, he was being treated. And yeah, you know, although he had his blocked arteries, as I said, he was on medication and he was getting treated. So it came as a massive, massive, massive shock. By the time I got round there, you know, it was apparent to me that he'd gone. We phoned the relevant people up, the undertakers, and they quickly come round. Very nice people. The police turned up, which they've always got to do to check Robert had passed. Took photos of him in bits and pieces like that, and sat down with us, and you know, went through it. We wasn't in the right frame of mind, to be totally honest with you, to be talking to police officers at that time, but they was only doing a job. And to be totally honest with you, they was quite understanding officers. One of the officers said that he just lost his dad, so he knew the place where we was in right there, which was quite nice, you know, and they're not all bad. So yeah, I helped the undertakers carry my brother-in-law out of the house in his body bag, because that's what all of my family would have expected me, because Robert carried me through life many times, you know, visiting me from the age of 12 years of age right up until I was in my early 40s in prison, all up and down the country, you know, didn't miss a beat. Come up for me, he was there for me all the way through my sentences. And that's what families do, they're there for you through thick and thin. There's an old saying, and it goes like this: if you can't accept me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. And you know, my family was there for me, and they're still there for me today. My sister's still in a bad way, you know, that's obvious, because she'd been married for over 50 years. But we're all pulling together as a family network, a unit, and you know, all the love is there, which is nice. You know, it is nice. So rest in peace, Robert. He had a lovely send off, Robert. Everyone showed up, very peaceful, very calm, and yeah, we miss Robert. Then, you know, the next week I'll get another phone call from another one of my mates, David Hughes, in southwest London, comes from Clapham Junction. He rang me up and told me that my best mate, one of my best mates from back in the day, Kenny Jackson, had passed away too. Now, it was a totally different ball game with Kenny. He couldn't beat addiction, and but running up to it, David told me, because David was local to him around the corner. I'm 70 miles up the road. So I couldn't get down to see Kenny as much as I wanted to, but I was always on the phone to him, talking to him. He knew I was always there. But David said to me the other day on the phone that, you know, every time he see Kenny used to tell David stories about us, our childhood, how we was brought up together, what we used to do together, you know, and I miss that. I do miss that. But, you know, as you get older, you spread out, you spread your wings, you have a little family of yourself, and you don't drop your mates out, but, you know, you don't spend as much time with your mates. So that's what I'm saying. Addiction got hold of Kenny, and he couldn't beat the addiction. And in the end, what happened was he was like that, and he caught infections, went into hospital with pneumonia, and it was pneumonia that took his life. Oh yeah. Rest in peace, Ken. You really was a good man.